Let's get this show on the road. Let's see. Participants in a community service project purchase boxes of candy for $1 each and sell them for $2 each. If no other expenses are incurred, how many boxes of candy must they sell to earn a net profit of $500? So if they are gonna sell a box for $2, right? And then we're gonna lose $1. So my overall profit is gonna be $1. And so the easy thing is if I sell 500, right? My profit is gonna be $1,000. But I don't keep all that. I have to take away the cost, right? So 1,000 minus 500 is going to be $500. So yes, B is going to be my answer. 500 boxes, right? That is how you do that. Might be a little confusing, but straightforward. You got to write it out. All right, so this one, Peter spent 1/4 of his allowance, right? 1/4 of his allowance on Monday, and then 1/3 of the remainder on Tuesday. What part of the allowance does Peter still have? So tricky part here is setting it up, right? So we have 4/4, that's his whole allowance, right? But if he spent 1/4 of it already, that means he has 3/4 on hand. But if 1/3 of it was spent, so 1/3 of his remaining, right? So that's 1/3 times 3/4. So that means this is what he has left over. So right here, 3 divided by 3 is 1. We are left with 1/4. Now, we have to take into account that the 3/4 minus the newly spent is equal to 2/4, right? Which simplifies to 1/4, which, sorry, not 1/4. What am I thinking? 1/2, 1/2. So here, my answer is C. All right. Now, number 7, the volume, right, of a sphere is brought to you by this formula, right? 4 pi r cubed all over 3. Where r is the radius of the sphere. What is the radius of a sphere with a volume of 288 pi? So we know that volume is equal to this, right? So all we have to do is set it equal to each other. So we have 4 pi r cubed all over 3 is equal to 288 pi. All right, so here, there's lots of ways to do it, but I'm just going to go step by step so you guys can see it. I'm going to multiply 3 to both sides. I'm not going to mess with the pi's because our answer choices, there's no pi in there, right? So we're going to eat the pie, right? So then here, multiply 3 to both sides. That side cancels out. I'm left with 4 pi r cubed is equal to, let's see, 288 times 3. So if you guys want to see it, let's see it. 288 times 3 is 864. Now we have 864, right? Pi, right? The pi. We don't do nothing with the pi. So 864 pi So now my next step is to get rid of the 4 pi. Both sides, divide by 4 pi. This becomes a 1, right? Simplifies to 1. R cubed is equal to, right? My pi's are going to cancel out. They're going to be 1. So 864 divided by 4. Is 216. Now here the next step is going to be to get the root of 3. So the root of 3, let's see, where is it at? Do I see it? No, I don't see it. But another way to do the root of 3 is just to know your fractions, right? 2 to the 16 to the 1/3 power. And that should give them an answer of 6. Okay, so it was 216. I forgot. 216, right? And then I do root 3 to both sides. Root 3. This cancels out my 3's. R equals 6. Answer is B. Now moving on. Number 8. Now this one, right? We just read it. So by the end of which day is 3/4, right? 3/4 is 75% of the work schedule to be completed. So we're just adding these. We're just going to add 8 plus 17 plus 25 plus 33 and see when we get to 75. So 8 plus 17 is 25. So by Tuesday, you're up to 25% complete. 25 plus 25 is 50% complete. And then, I don't know if you can see that, 50% complete. So then by Thursday, 50% plus 33% is, survey says 83%, right? So that means by Thursday, you are done with your 75% of work. See, Thursday. Now, a bag contains 800 coins. So this would be a little, it has a lot of work to it. A bag contains 800 coins. Of these, 10% are dimes, 30% are nickels, and the rest are quarters. So I know it's kind of coming to a digital age. We don't really see these coins and nickels. It's all debit cards and Cash App and all that good stuff. What is the value, face value of all the coins in the bag? So this is how you set it up, right? So we have dimes, right? We have dimes. Maybe I could fit it all in here. We have dimes. All right, so we have dimes, right? We know that 10% of 800, it's all dimes, right? Which is just 80 coins. So I'm just gonna break it down, right? Again, there are millions of ways to skin a cat. We have nickels. And we have 30%. 30% of 800. Which is, let's see, 0.3, right? 30% times. So 30% of 800 is equal to 240. So we have 240 coins that are nickels. And then quarters, right? Quarters. We have the remainder, right? So I mean, really quick math. 10 plus 30 is 40, right? So 100% minus 40 is 60%. So we have 60% of 800, which is equal to 0.60% times 800 is 480. 480 quarter coins, right? So now that we're able to break it all apart, it adds all to 100. All right, so we have that. Now we have to figure out what's going on here, right? So dimes are 10 cents, nickels are 5 cents, quarters are 25 cents. So we have to find out how much money we have in each, in total. So 0.10 times 80 plus 0.05, that's nickels, times 240 plus 0.25 times 480. So now 0.1 times 80 is $8. 8 plus 0.05 times 240 is $12 plus 0.25 times 480 . Let's see, 0.25 times 480 is what? 120? Yeah. So 12 and 8 is 20 plus 120. So final answer is 140. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, which of the following expressions correctly describes the mathematical relationship 3 less than the product of 4 and x? So if you remember, we always start backwards. Product means multiply, 4 times x, and then 3 less, so 4x, so minus 3 is 3 less, which is A. Final answer.